Hi, I'd like to talk a little bit about the relationship between mindfulness and self-compassion. So we can define mindfulness as being present with what's arising as it's arising without resisting it, without either ignoring it or immediately trying to make it go away. Compassion, on the other hand, is how we relate to suffering. The ability to be warm, supportive, caring to ourselves when we're hurting. And in my definition of self-compassion, actually, mindfulness is a core component. It entails a mindfulness of our suffering, kindness toward ourselves because we're suffering, and common humanity, remembering we aren't alone. But mindfulness really forms the foundation of self-compassion, and it's actually the first step that needs to happen in order for us to have a self-compassionate response when we're hurting in some way. So especially when we're hurting because we failed or made a mistake, the last thing we want to do is be mindful of it. We either want to pretend it's not there, ignore it, suppress it, or we immediately want to fix it, fight it, make it go away. But in order to give ourselves that compassionate response, to be with ourselves, to say, oh, I'm so sorry you're hurting, we have to first acknowledge and accept the fact that pain has arisen. So it's not like you have to learn to do mindfulness meditation or have a formal meditation practice in order to be self-compassionate. You just need to be able to have a moment of mindfulness. In other words, the willingness to say, to turn toward, to acknowledge, I'm really hurting right now. And then that gives a little space around the pain. We stop resisting it a little bit less. And that allows us to, instead of just react to the pain and trying to push it away, it allows for another response, which is one of warmth and kindness and connectedness. And the beautiful thing is the two reinforce each other. So, once we accept the fact that we're hurting and we respond with warmth and kindness and connection, then what it does is it makes us feel safe. We feel safe once we feel that warmth and care. And that sense of safety actually allows us to allow even more, allows us to be even more mindful. So we get this beautiful dance between the mindfulness and compassion where they actually strengthen each other. And you can really see how this works when dealing with difficult emotions. So I'm including a practice where we work with difficult emotions. The practice is called Soften, Soothe, and Allow. And what we do is we use mindfulness to, first of all, be aware of what we're feeling. We give it some space by finding the feeling as a physical sensation in our body. And then we give ourselves some warmth by softening around the difficult emotion in our body, by soothing and comforting ourselves because it hurts. And then once we do that, then we can allow even more for the emotion just to be there. And it's a really good way of working with difficult emotions. So I hope you try out the practice because it's a really beautiful illustration of how we need both mindfulness and self-compassion to deal with the tough moments in life. Thank you.